it's a great technology. This one is the OmniGuide, and they call it the IntelliGuide laser. Okay. The thing that makes us different is we have coolant fibers. These fibers are cooled by helium that's in here. That makes the fibers last longer. There's another laser company out there that has sharpened fibers and they're fused silica. And I had a guy tell me that it's kind of like using a sparkler at 4th of July. They burn great, but they burn out. The helium keeps these cooler. It keeps the channel patent and open, and it keeps it from fizzing out on you so fast. Okay, that's the big thing, because you're putting 1200 temperature, 1200 degrees through this, so you want to make sure you keep it cool. What do you guys use? ENT, GYN?
ENT, GYN, neuro.
Neuro, okay.
And sometimes condylomas.
Okay, yeah, those are always fun. That's when you wear the special masks and you hide at the door and you hold your breath.
Yeah.
So, those are the ones don't call me on, okay? I'll come for the other ones. But anyway, it works real well. Always make sure you have smoke evacuation when you use for anything, but condyloma especially. And then your hand pieces. I don't know if y'all have the ENT hand pieces, the little ones.
I think we do.
The backs screw off and the fiber fits in through here, and you just push it until it stops. It's real simple to use. I'll show you that in a second. Let's see. So Stapes, they'll do the oval window of the Stapes, and they'll just make a little incision to put the piston in, that type of thing. Let's see. You have the different surgeon presets. I don't know if y'all have them set up or not. Let me show you the air system here real quick. On the back, you have 2 tanks, okay? And you'll see there's an open and closed. There's also a blue and yellow. Let's turn this. And I was scared to death when I first started selling lasers, because when I was in scuba class in college, somebody knocked over a tank and it knocked the tip off and it went through a wall. It was like a rocket. It was really cool. But it scared me to death, so I'm always afraid, I was gonna, it's tough to mess these things up. They're not that high pressure. It's helium. You've got a blue and a yellow, and that corresponds up front with your switches. Or on the side, I guess it is. Okay. So I just opened the yellow, so we're going to switch it to yellow. We'll see what happens with our tank. It says on here, and it's pretty smart, the blue tank is empty. So you need to, replace that blue tank, which you have to take it off. You just take it out. It's pretty simple. And then you open the yellow tank, so to pick up the yellow tank. Okay. Okay. And then manual control, you can turn it on. And you have to connect the fiber at this point. A lot of guys, and it's a really good idea, will take the fiber out, and obviously, you roll it out, and test it on a tongue depressor. Just burn some wood with it real quick. Okay. So you put it on here, there's a chip in here, which will tell you where to set it and that type of thing. You just turn it until it clicks. Okay? So you confirm there's a fiber on there. Okay? You can set this up with anything that you want to. Here's your laser in standby. It's always good whenever they're not actively working, to put it in standby. Some guys get a little crazy and get a little testy when it's not ready all the time, but I'd much rather be safe than sorry. On here you can set either continuous pulse, where as long as they're on the foot pedal, which is over here on the other side. Okay. As long as they're on the foot pedal with continuous, it's going to fire. Okay. And it has to be shielded and covered with a foot pedal. And I'm not going to fire it or anything, but it has to be covered for ANSI standards, I think it is. And continuous is as long as they're on the foot pedal, it's going. Okay. You can set your wattage over here, going up. Reset. Okay. When you set your wattage, you can record on here when you save it on what exactly they used. Okay. Your gas flow is right here, 70 psi. If you're doing inner ear stuff, you don't want to use gas. we had a, I don't want to say an incident, but we had a scare in one of the local hospitals that was using this, and the guy was doing a stapedotomy, and if you use gas, you can blow into the oval window, it's not a good thing. So fortunately, they caught it before it turned on. But, sorry. It's okay.
Let's just bring it to song and dance, I'll be good.
No worries. All right, so you have the single and then the repeat, and you can use that as often as you want to. The laser is going to turn off if it's not used after, I think it's 30 seconds. It'll go back into standby on its own. A lot of your gynecology cases go for a while if you're using the Da Vinci or something, and you can use this through the flexible guide that we have. They go on for a while, and sometimes you'll forget about putting this on, so it's a safety feature that it automatically, if they don't use it in a certain matter of time. Okay. Let's see, what else is exciting do I know? You've got a filter on here that filters the helium that comes in. Okay. Change those. Company tells you change those every time. It's y'all's choice. I don't dictate hospital standards. And this is the oh crap switch. Okay, if something goes wrong, you hit that, everything goes off. That's like when you're pumping gas and you see that big red button, you know? You ever seen the emergency cutoff when you're pumping gas, you know? No? So,
But
anyway.
if you leave that switch in, you won't be able to turn it
Exactly.
back on.
There's a rocker switch on the back here, on and off, and see, it's dead as a tuna right now. And that was one of the first things that I came up, and when I pulled this out, I pulled that out. You have to pull it out, and then it'll turn back on, and it cuts back on. That's one of the most frequent calls we get. My laser's not working. Okay. So it takes a few minutes for it to heat back up, or go through all its little diagnostics and then turn back on. Kind of interesting, the laser, you know, they talked about, and this gets into the geek stuff and however deep y'all want to go, but it's light amplification of stimulated emission of radiation, right?
Yes.
Laser, okay? What the light bounces, there's two mirrors in here. You'll hear some of the older lasers, you hear a thunk when it turns on, thunk. That's the lasers, the mirror slamming down. The light bounces back and forth, okay? When you do that and you put it through a medium, this uses CO2, you put it through a medium, that gives it its wavelength. YAG, the yttrium aluminum garnet, y'all are impressed, right? I had to think about that. Is the wavelength that you go through there, and that'll make it longer or shorter. The shorter the wavelength, the deeper it cuts, to my understanding. Because this is 10,200. The YAG was 1064. So the shorter the wavelength, the more hot it cuts and the deeper it cuts. This is superficial. You do need to wear glasses if you're in the room. The reason being, unless you have someone, and I used to cover West Virginia when I sold YAGs, and I had a doctor that would get mad if the scrub tech wasn't paying attention or something, and he'd put the Heaney beam on their chest. We thought it was a joke. Obviously that stopped. He got in trouble. But the reason you wear the glasses is if you get it pointed at you, everything we're around anymore is a laser. You go to the supermarket, you scan your groceries, that's a laser. Okay, if you put your eye on there, I'm assuming there'd be some damage, but I don't know. So you want to have the glasses on in case the fiber breaks, which I've never seen. Okay, it's jacketed. It would be a wicked thing. I was in Greensboro one time and had a guy run over the fiber. It used to be a much longer fiber with the cart, and it didn't break. So it's a good thing. You want to make sure you have your glasses on if the fiber is pointed at you, or if the fiber breaks. The doctors may or may not wear their glasses. You've got some guys say, no, I'm looking through a scope, or I've got glasses on, otherwise I've got splash glasses. I've got my prescription glasses, I'm not bothering with it. That's their call. That's whatever hospital policy you guys have. So we always tell everybody to wear your glasses. So this is 0000 is your password. Okay, here's your surgeon presets. Shut up, it's right here. Okay, your silence, because it's telling me that blue tank's still empty. And your surgeon presets, you can set on here whatever doctors use, which is really cool. Okay. Okay, craniotomy tumor, laminectomy for tumor. That's good stuff. Y'all have all that set up. That's really cool. Okay. And you
Well,
can set
the
your,
difference- The difference is, I know you showed them the handpiece there for
ENT.
the handpiece
Right,
up there for
uh-huh.
ENT. And you said push it all the way to the end. The neuro one is different.
Okay.
There's lines that's in that actual handpiece. That fiber has to be between those two lines. And there's also, should be a yellow stopper in the back
Right.
of each handpiece.
and that keeps it from leaking air, I think, you know.
Or moving freely.
Right, right. And, you know, with the helium coming through, sometimes there's a backflow, and that'll tighten it down. Allows you to tighten it down pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, that's good stuff. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? What all these are. Here's your laser log, how much you used at the end of the case. You'll need to put in your log down here. A lot of places don't do that anymore, but that's hospital policy as well. Let me see. Your settings is over here. Okay, you can go back to. The only thing I hate about this laser is sometimes you have to really press, and sometimes you have to take a pin and get back. Anyway, don't open up. So we'll keep pressing. There we go. All right. Your home switch is here for your surgeon presets. Okay, your settings are over here. Okay, I don't ever mess with that. They used to have a sales rep login over here, so I don't ever mess with that. Time, your date you can set for your laser logs. You'll have an electronic laser log that way. Okay, your silence is over here. Your alarm mode. You also have a firing volume. It'll beep or while you're firing it. Some guys like that, some guys don't. Some guys go crazy and want you to turn it down. Okay? It's all depending on how strong and how much coffee you've had that morning. So let's see. Manual control. You can override anything that talks about confirm that the fiber's connected. It'll start, gas is flowing at 20. Okay. Up here, see it says lasers in standby, and then when it goes green, it'll say lasers ready to fire. Okay. At the end of the case, you can go back to your laser log and get all the information off of there about how many watts they used, how long they were on it for, that type of thing. Put it in your laser log, and then dispose of your fiber. And just click it and go. So, questions?
Just one more thing for fire safety, when we use it for neuro, we wrap the tip of that in a wet towel while it's laying on the field. Just for fire precautions.
I've never seen any of those used, but it's always a good thing to have. And then you put your signs on the door so somebody doesn't walk in inadvertently and not have their glasses on. So. You ready?
So that stem is disposable?
Yes. This filter is disposable, as is this fiber.
Okay, the filter and the
Correct. All right. All right. Well, thank you, folks. Appreciate you.
you.
What do we sign?